Hi, lovely YouTubers. Back again doing another tool conversion video on YouTube. I thought last week when I did the last project, which was converting a right angle drill, a Ryobi right angle drill, and a file, Ryobi file, power file, converting that into a Mikita battery holder conversion to take a Mikita battery. After I did those two projects, I mean, it took one conversion took about good 1.5 hours. So that was 3 hours of work, and I thought I'm not going to do all of this for a while. And today I went to ALDi to buy some groceries, and I saw this mini grinder, 20-volt mini grinder, and I've been looking at one of them to buy for a while because I already got a little 12-volt mini grinder. I use this a fair bit to cut little bits and pieces and come in handy, but the power is not that great. Got a brushless motor, whereas this one hasn't got a brush. It's just a brush motor. So I saw that and I thought, far out whether should I buy it or not, and it was so cheap, and I thought, oh, stop it, just buy it and have it in the toolbox because they'll come in handy. So these are the 675mm disc which these ones take. Comes with a guard and looks like that. So I did start to record this video using this bloody app which says start and stop recording, so you can stop recording and then start again. And my phone's been playing up. I haven't got much memory, and every time I use this app it doesn't save. So it's the second and the last time I'm using that app until I get my phone upgraded to a bigger storage phone. So I lost a lot of content from that first video, so this is the second time I'm doing this, because I did record how I was cutting this bit, because I did it a little bit different to the previous video. If you look at my previous one, I use this tool with this cutting attachment to go through and cut this bit of plastic in order to so there's plastic like that with these two wings. I used that tool and it was a bit unsafe, risky. This could come off at any time. I actually broke that bit one time when I ran it through the electric one, the 18 volt. It just was too much speed, didn't have a speed control like that, just went like that and broke. So this time, rather than using that, I thought I'll use the recip saw, because I got a recip saw, and I used these blades first with the recip saw to cut that through. Didn't work, so don't even think about doing that. Bit unsafe as well. So, and I had this tool, so I went through that and it cut like butter, real easy. So these blades are actually, you can get them from Bunnings. They are part of a Aussie Tools kit replacement blade. I think it's like a wood bit, and it cuts through wood like butter. I'll show you. It's got a little bit here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I might buy a couple of more blades like that. So it's part of an Aussie tool. It just sits in the same aisle as the recip saw blades are. So what I did was I clamped this one into my vise with one of these wings and then cut it across. You need to cut those wings too to get into that. So cut the wings first and then go through, cut the wings like that and then go through there to cut it. So then after I done that, I clean it up with the burring tool and then stripe these ones on the inside so the glue will get hold on. Have a bit of rough surface to grab onto. So how about we continue now, because I'm not on the stop video, so we'll keep going. Quick. Remember in the last video I told you guys I have used, and that had a base as well. So that's the base, how the ALDi tool battery slides in, and I use, where's my cutting? Oh yeah, I use that, just hold it like that and cut it through, and use the die grinder to clean that up a little bit and made that roughen as well. So how about we, yep, the plastic tool's on. We'll grab a couple of these plastic. Yeah, last time I did the Rabi tool one, it took nearly 3 hours for the two tools to get converted. We'll put 4 each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just different one. 1. I need to grab a couple of more of these ones. So if you do 2 of them, they get quite strong. So yeah, I watched a really good documentary about I think there's a good ABC program called Late Line. where they talk about some amazing documentary producers in that show where they go around the world or around the nation and do documentaries about environment and farming and innovation and science. Kind of love that show, that program. And today there was a quite interesting documentary about Papua New Guinea. So Papua New Guinea sits north of Australia, and the Papua New Guineans have been quite amazing. A lot of people, quite quite a friendly lot for Australians during the World War. So we're quite good friends with them, and the Australian government has helped them at many occasions in terms of funding, natural disasters, wars, domestic. So we have helped them a lot. Might have to grind that bit a little bit more. And this documentary, the documentary has done an amazing job in he's done this documentary about this carbon credit scheme which has started in Papua New Guinea. And what has happened is a lot of Australian businesses and worldwide businesses want to make this brand name to their brand saying they're carbon neutral. In order to do that, they need to purchase carbon credits from other countries or through their own country. So this second-hand, like a broker, has got involved in Papua New Guinea, working with the government, and gone and approached all the local indigenous groups, local owners of land, and said, we got a program, if you're not cutting your trees or your landscapes for a certain amount of time, we'll give you through these businesses. So the business is going to give this middleman X amount of dollars, and they're going to keep a cut, and they're going to give these farmers, they're going to give the farmers the rest of the money. So it works like this. Keep from shade. We need that. So you got your middleman, man or woman, middle group. You got your Aussie, Australian, or the world companies. So you got your Sydney Opera House, you got power companies, you got government authorities, you got various other groups, you got your retail industries, you got clothing manufacturers, clothing brands. So that list just keeps going on, and they all want to get this star rating saying, oh, we have reduced our carbon footprint by buying carbon streams from various parts of the world. So you can get them through your own country, through this middleman, your own country, or you can go overseas. And Papua New Guinea sits somewhere there. So they go, so they contact them, they go and contact all these people and say, all right, we're going to give you X amount of dollars for locking carbon, looking after your rainforest, looking after your trees for the next 10 years, 5 years. So they've done this big propaganda in Papua New Guinea, massive propaganda, scaring people. Oh, the farms you're gonna create global warming. Through global warming, sea rise gonna rise, which are quite true. But there's a couple of unnecessary or false information given to these locals through this campaign, saying, "Oh, you guys got the railroad coming. You guys got this beef and cattle industry going to come and take over, and you're going to have your land's going to get cut. This much of land going to be cut, and you're going to have pollution in your water, and the kids done this, and then somehow got a lot of people to sign into contracts everywhere through the country. They have signed and they're given. So if they take that much of dollars from them, they're only given that much. So they're taken that much off, given a very small amount, and then they have said, in the future we'll give you another bit, and that time frame has gone and gone and gone to a point people got really frustrated because now their income's gone. Because once you start giving free money, you try to rely on them. They stop farming, and just a vicious cycle here. And then now the locals have strapped because they were drinking with this money, and all sorts of violence have started because of this giving money. And now the locals have gone to, now instead of going there, they're gone to loggers, log association, and said, stop these people, now we're going to cut our trees more. And they've destroyed a lot of their land now because of the bad way it was implemented, this and the governments of developing countries. It's not implemented properly. This is what's going to happen. And some say they have made this such a bungled up program so they could get the loggers in deliberately and make them people frustrated to get people into. So there's another hidden agenda here. So it was quite an interesting documentary. So you just got to be really careful, these third world countries. China does that a lot. They implement programs, and then that program is not fully well implemented, and people get frustrated, and then they go on to the other avenue, which is these companies or the government's underlying agenda. So they somehow got to what they wanted in terms of getting resources. This is all about getting resources. So quite a good documentary, I thought. You just got to get your head around thinking, what the hell's going on in this world? Alright, let's get this cutting tool. What's this tool? Oh, seems like. Now let's use these ones. And these middle people have done more damage to our world than anyone else, unfortunately. Because they don't care. The middle people, they're the most dangerous group of people. These brokers, they call. They'll influence governments because they get a massive cut. In Australia, we have this cleaning companies who hire cleaners and they sell them. It's like bloody slavery. The country I come from, which is Sri Lanka, they have these people who send poor innocent women who got young kids to Middle East like Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, all these different countries, and they make money from these innocent people working for rich people in Saudi Arabia, other countries, and working hard. Some of them are raped, and some of women have been raped and gone through hell through these, they call servants here.